Looking at the numbers, I don't know. Stock market doesn't seem to have any complaints about it. Nasdaq is picking up some from where it was losing. September core PPI year over year. Let's see, was it September core 0.2 up versus 0.2 estimated? September unchanged versus 0.1 increase. So they're saying it's cooling, but I think they're selling the bond market. September PPI. Core PPI 2.8 versus 2.7. I don't know. Let's see what's going on with the bonds. But you can see, let's show you what's going on in the stock market. This is Doc from North America. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. There you go. You see the stock market looking kind of happy. You know, it's you see, there's the news right there. It was like, whoa, no, yes, I don't know, maybe. And then obviously the front runners had a better idea. They knew that it was going to be very positive. You can see that right there. You know, our math kept on showing us. They kept on making them higher lows. Let's see, September PPI, year over year, 2.8 versus 2.7. Let's see, service core. I don't know. Obviously, the stocks find it nice. Now, let's take a look at the bond. Right there. They had it up, and now it's basically unched. So you can see they lifted it up thinking something was going to be positive. I don't know, you know, and you can see we're in a weekly sell. So we've been in the weekly sell from up in here. Let's see. So that's 3 weeks back. So there, you know, it's like here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 days right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it went into the weekly sell up in here. Somewhere's in here we went into the weekly sell, and obviously, and a daily sell. We widen this out. You see, we went into the interesting. We went into the daily sell, and then we went right back into a daily buy, and that was fine. You know, it was a winner chicken dinner, and then we went into a daily sell here, and we started to roll over, but we didn't really close until the end of that week in it. You know, that's the way we always work. And you can see it dragged its feet. And then we finally, you know, got rolling along in the sell. I guess we need to move this over here because it looks like we did go into the buy there for a couple days. And then we went back into the sell right there, like that. Since we don't really look at the bonds that much anymore around here. No one seems to ask for it. Oh, let me turn the chat line on. Sorry about that, traders. Didn't have the chat line on. There we are. All right. There we go. Let's just double check the sound. See if everything is moving along fine. Yep. Yep, sound was good. All right. I can see. Oh, let's move the spreadsheet over. Like so. And this is the spreadsheet of the 11th, and today is the 11th. So that's cool. That's yesterday's numbers taken. So obviously things have changed a little bit because today is live. Now the Dow is up 36, 38. Let's see. Let's go back to the stocks. This is the S&P 500. They're trying to bring it back up to the 35 area. That 40 area that we've seen the last couple of days, it plays with it. But that's interesting is that Europe opened up and they started selling it down. So they sold it, not a lot, you know, I mean, really. I mean, 31 to 15 is not exactly, you know, a crush. But what's interesting is as the markets got down to those lows, all of a sudden buyers came in. Wonder if anybody had an idea. They got to get campaign money somehow, so they got to front run some of this stuff. All right. All right. So. All right. So there it is. Let's put that back into position. Yeah. No real action. Let's shoot over to the dollar index. It's probably still high. Let's see, right there. Yes, open down a little bit. And see the lows there. It's trying to lift up a little bit. It's a little plus today. But we've been in that buy. Let's see, where have we been in that buy? I think we've been in that buy all the way since back here. It was really ziggy-zaggy, but, you know, when it was minus, we had a green dot. When it was minus again, we had a green dot. You know, in other words, telling us that there's some volatility. Matter of fact, look at what's interesting is there we go. We had two, and in 3 days we had green, red. Out of the 3 days, you know, we had the volatility signals telling us something was coming. Obviously, something did come because look where we're at now. We're trading up around the 10. Is that 10? Are they trading in halves? No. So that's 103 right there. 102.96.5. So we went from a low from 99.90 to 102.90. Was that 96? 96. So obviously it was trying to tell us, compared to, you can see from here, it was a much tighter range. And then we started getting the volatility signal. That's what a green and a red on the same dot does on this particular system. Which we got to get that to work right over on the beta. Once we get that really working, I'll be even happier. But the beta does a great job. And what are you seeing there now? You're seeing Bitcoin future trying to lift up. You can see still in the daily sell, still in the weekly sell on the Bitcoin. Now let's go over and take a look at Let's get me. I'm going to put my glasses. Oh, how did those glasses end up here? Let's put them right there. And let's get my glass right there. Let's see. What was I going to look for? I was looking at the dollar index. And then, what did I want to look at? I want to look at the dollar index on here. That's what it is. There we go. There's the dollar index right there on the beta. Let's show you what that looks like. Boy, it talk about a long-running story. You know, all the way back to the 24th. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. And there's the 20. That's October 1st. I think it went into the buy here. There's the 25th, and you can see the 24th is a green dot. So right there is went into the buy on the 25th. There's the 25th. No, that's the 24th. There's the 25th right there. So went into the buy right there. And I went into the buy right there. And being a green dot, you were still in the buy there, in the buy there, in the buy there. So you've been in the buy. We have been in the buy since the 25th. And the weekly, you can see right. See if it shows the individual day there. It's just been 2 full weeks in there. And same as the beta. I mean, the old platform. So there's the dollar. You know, look at it. Let's look at the bond on here. Right there. There's the 30-year. There we go. And that thing just keeps on finding ways to go down. That's been in a weekly sell for 3 weeks. And what was it on our old system? I think it's 3 weeks there too. Yep, 3 weeks also there. And so you can see the pressure that's been on that. They've just been pressing it down. Obviously, I mean, you can see, let's see if we can get down to there, bring a line. Well, let's do it this way. Just make the screen larger. And you can see right there, we're playing around with these tops. I think we talked about this yesterday. We were looking at ever since was it Forex or was it yeah, Forex. Ever since Forex was talking about ranges and playing around with the ranges, we've been looking at ranges to join in with them. And you can see here breaking down some of the range. I'd imagine there's a lot of support in here, though. I can't believe it's going to get uglier, but you never know. There's a remember. I don't know if you have to remember. You don't have to remember. I'll just tell it to you again, and that is it's pretty. Hey, Robin. I would say that you've seen how all the official information produced by Bureau of Labor Statistics in the United States and so forth, and the Federal Reserve, you notice that it gets readjusted a lot, not just like once a year. It gets readjusted literally every month. And so short term, now remember, no, you don't have to remember it. Let me just say this about that also. Money managers have to follow fundamentals on some level. If they don't, they get sued. Okay? It doesn't matter if they're up 20% for the year. They'll still get sued. And so we see a lot of changes in fundamental official information. A lot. I mean, a lot. And if the administration, which I believe is going to change to Mr. Trump again, we're going to stop seeing all this, let's say, sloppy misinformation, poorly calculated data. I mean, like all of a sudden 818,000 workers are removed out of the workforce out of nowhere. Things like that. Every month we see numbers shift, 30-40%, where they say, oh, it was 254,000 last month, but we've just done a reevaluation and adjustment, and it's only been like 130,000 or 201,000 or something like that. We see a lot of official economic release data being very inaccurate. And so I think we're going to see, we'll know in 26 days. We'll have a general idea. I think the election's going to be fast. I don't think it's going to be slow. I think we're going to have a good idea by the end of the day on election day who's going to be the president with no problem. And so I think that we've been going through 4 years of really poor information, hence why we have a lot of inflation. Hence why the Fed makes no sense. Hence why the Fed didn't even know how to fight inflation for almost a year and a half. They kept on saying, don't worry about it. It's transitory. It means nothing. And then all of a sudden we go to historic inflation rates at historic speed. And finally, no more than like a month and a half ago, Mr. Powell, the Fed chairman, made some jokes about it for the very first time, saying, transitory. I was so wrong. It's like, now you're telling us this with 2 months to the election. You're finally, admitting it 2.5 months before the election. You're making a joke out at Jackson Hole in Wyoming back in August. So it's from August to September, like 20th. I think Jackson Hole was 24th or something like that. So it's August 24th to September 24th is 1 month. And here we are at October 11th. So a month and a half ago, he makes a joke out of it after 3 years. It's like, what's that all about? Does that mean he had too many cocktails to drink, or was he smoking some ganja? I don't know. What's all that all about? He was making jokes about it. It's like, uh-oh. So I guess, it's the cigarette before the firing squad, I guess. The guy with the blindfold on. They offer him a cigarette and a blindfold, and he says, well, I'll have the cigarette, but I want to have my blindfold on at the same time. And I think that was Mr. Powell making a joke about him wearing his blindfold and having a cigarette. So That's why I said maybe he was smoking ganja. But overall, our fundamental information, our fundamental data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the BLO, Bureau of Labor, BLS. I'm sorry, BLS, Bureau of Labor Statistics, has been not as efficient and accurate as we would normally be used to. Things have definitely changed for the worse over these last 4 years. And so, when we see stats like that come out, we don't know. I mean, let's go back to the stock market. It's a good example. And here it is right there. This is the S&P 500. And you can see here, this was the news. They slammed it up. They slammed it down. It had maybe, what was that? A 15, 17 point. What was that? The high there was 33. The low there is 24. Yeah, not a 9-point move. Then it climbed back up again. Then it sold off again here in the last 8 minutes, 10 minutes, something like that. We went into a sell right in here. And you see it rolled over. It was winner, winner, chicken dinner. We went into a buy right there. It was winner, winner, chicken dinner. We've gone into a sell up in here. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Lots of chicken dinners. So we'll see, if we wick up, the markets wick up at, what's the time now? It's 8:48 Eastern Standard Time. So basically 42 minutes from now or 41 minutes from now, the New York opens up and trading. I know everybody says, well, it's electronic trading. Why do you care? It's a margin thing. So in other words, if you go and buy stock right at this moment in time, they will charge you an overnight margin. Now you wait 41 minutes from now, and the margin is like 1/3 the margin of right now. Because it's some old rules that need to be fixed, so forth and so on. But that's why we pay attention to the U.S. Open, just like we watch the European Open, because the margin changes dramatically. So, that's it. Done. There is the noise from the financial story. There we go. Now let's jump over. Oh, you didn't even see that. Let's go back to that again. That's not fair. I was rambling about chicken dinners. Chicken, 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 chicken. Yeah, so here's that news. It was only 13 points. Then it ran up, made another new high. Then didn't make a new low there. Missed it. That low there is 24.25. And this one is 24.75. And now it's triangling, I guess you could say, from there. And kind of like more like a, I don't know, to me it's almost like a bullish triangle. Look at it, it's been an upwardly slope. You can see that. It's starting to break a little bit here, but nothing major. And so, we saw it go into the sell here, go into the buy there, go into the sell here, and it's getting smaller and smaller. It's triangling or flagging or channeling, however you want to refer to it. And so that's the magic of it all. Winner, winners, chicken dinners. All right, now we'll go over to, where we go now? Let's go over to, and let's put it up on the beta. I'm in the mood for the beta. 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 Oh, avalanche. Let's go find the, was it the euro dollar pairs trade? Now, what is up with this wire? I'm not a big fan of wireless solely because I'm tired of losing something in the middle. I don't have time to go chase a battery for it, especially in a trade situation. So hard wires to me are the best. All right, now here is the euro dollar pairs trade. And you see there are lots of pressure on it. Daily sells for a while. Weekly sell for 2 full weeks. And you see it on the spreadsheet because we're using the old platform for that same thing. And it's 2 weeks, so it's going on a third week. And it says 7 there, but obviously today it will be 8 if it closes in a sell. So it's been, pressed down and pressed down and pressed down. And this thing, The beta's been in the sell for 13 days or 14 days, something like that. Whereas on this is it, and at the same time, when we go over to here and we take a look at the euro right there, you can see it's been 3 weeks in a sell, but only 8 days in a sell here. Because it was in a buy up in here and gave us buy signal and all that stuff. So that's why we labeled. Oh, let's see what's going on out there. I hear machines running. Maybe the state. Yay. Let's see if we can see what's going on. And so, what it really comes down to is, as we talked about it yesterday, same story, but a different pathway. And that's the good thing about market story. In other words, it's going down, and we had signals that it's going down. And, the weekly is a week longer on the old platform, but it's shorter on the daily. And so we love the daily to be more accurate than the weekly, of course, because it'll keep you safe. That's the most important thing of all. Keep you out of a position that could hurt you. So from there, let's go take a look at. Let's take a look at the Swiss. And there is the Swiss. And if you want to have this platform, just contact Robin. Maybe he'll let you have it. Normally, he's not so happy about handing it out to anybody, but maybe he will hand it out and let you play with it for a couple weeks. Let's see, where is Swiss? Let me just read it. Saudi Arabia, sugar. It's got to be on here somewhere. Where is Swiss? There's FTSE. Oh, that's right. We have that on there now. There it is right there. There's Swiss. Now, Swiss, unfortunately, is... Oh, no. You know what I wanted to do? I wanted to go to cable. Let me go to cable, because cable is like... Oh, we always do cable after euro. So let's do GBP right there. There's the GBP. And that's the same as our beta. I'm sorry, our old platform. You can see how long it's been in the sell there. It's definitely, there's 3. There's 6. There's 9. There's 11. 11 days. And you can see on the spreadsheet, there's 7 days. Now, it's been in a weekly sell for going on a second week. Same thing here. So that's doing the same. But the daily is ahead of it. Again, we really do like our beta. Our beta tells us the same story and sometimes even better, and that's what I like about that. Now let's just show you the cable here on the old platform. And that's why we need to have new people try our new platform. And you can see it here. There's 3 days. There's 6 days going on the 9th day, but it's 11 days on the beta. And same weekly sell. So it's more accurate, the beta, than the old platform in many ways. But they're both telling you the same story. Sometimes one is a little bit better than the other, but most of the time the beta seems to be better. But we won't know until enough people watch it and tell us how much they like it or dislike it, and then we can modify it and fix it. All right, and then from there, let's take a look at the Swiss. There's the Swiss. You can see the Swiss still on that upwardly trend. There's the weekly right there. Let's take a look at the beta. Now it's going to be the inverse relationship on the beta, because it's the only good one is it's Americanized, and so the only good one is Swiss dollar, not dollar Swiss. In Europe, we watch the dollar Swiss. In the United States, we watch the Swiss dollar. So let's go find that. There it is right there. And 2 weeks in a sell there. I'm sorry, yes, 2 weeks in a sell. And over on the old platform, it'll be 2 weeks in a buy. Yeah, see, so it matches up. All the same gig there. Same story, just a different path or way. And then from there, we go over to the yen. See what the yen is up to today. There's the yen. And the yen 2 weeks in a buy. See it on the spreadsheet there. Last week 1, now we're on 2, and that'll be changed for Monday. And you can see at the same time, it's very strong. The daily you're looking at is at 8 days in a buy on the upside. So there's 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, now let's see what the beta says about all that. What do you say, beta? And there's the yen, and we click on that. That's interesting. It's been in a sell for, let's make this bigger. See how many days back that thing's. This is what's so great about the beta. You can go in there and look yourself. You don't need me drawing a line on something that's static. So you got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is the 12th day in a sell. So 12th day in a sell. Then we'll go look at this. Right there, so you'll be able to do that too at the same time. And there is 3, and there is 6. Right there, that's 6. Yeah, that's 6, 7, 8. The green dots don't stop it. It just tells you a little buying, nothing more than that. But it's still in the sell because why, traders? We'll show it to you in a few seconds. Why? Right here again. Because we're below the 0 line. So it doesn't change the dot. That's the reason why. We have basic rules, nothing major. And then you can see here, this is the weekly. Look at that. You can go right in there and look at it, see what the price tag is, do the whole bit. It's like, yeah, this is cool. That's why the beta is fun, because the beta is just as relatively accurate, just as accurate or more accurate or the same or maybe a little less at some point or another, but more accurate as far as I can tell so far than the old platform. And so this way you can go in and look at this stuff during the trading day and see where it's at. That's really cool. All right. So from there, we jump to the DocDow over to, from the yen. Normally we'll take a look at the stock market. I did look at the Chinese market this morning in the Shanghai. It's down again. That sugar high that we talked about. It's still sugaring. And there is the great experiment. And it's trying to get into the buy again. Matter of fact, is that a red and a green? Let me look at that. No, it's just the green. So it's not a volatility signal. Whereas here at the top, we had a volatility signal. So we'll see how this acts today. Maybe we get a red and a green there. It'd be great. And it starts to climb into the buy, and this is the 3rd week. We'll see how the 4th week goes. We've been looking, we haven't seen in the last 2 years anything longer than we had one 5-week, we had one 4-week, we had a 2-week, and we had a 1-week. And I think we might have had another 2-week. I think it was 14 weeks out of the last 104 weeks? We had 14 weeks in a buy out of 104. So 90 out of the last 104 weeks in the great experiment, the Euro Turkish Lira pairs trade, it was in a buy. 90 weeks. Yeah. I think one of them was like 54 weeks. Another one was like 40 some odd weeks. So, yeah. All right. Let's see. What do we got here? That's 94. So it doesn't. No, it must have been further back. We've seen some years, like 3 and 4 years ago, where it was 54 weeks in a buy one time. It was like 51 weeks one time. Over the last 10 years, we've seen a 51. We've seen a 54. I think we've seen a 49. It's incredible, the trending of this thing and how our math picks it up as usual. The wilder the product, any wild liquid product, I guarantee you our math is really hot. Really, 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 really hot. Really good. Really, really, really good. All right, now let's go to the brick, the #1 brick in the world. we were trying to put an index together when Mexico was going to be the number one brick in the world, but then they ran away. So it goes, the number one brick in the world is the South African rand. The number two brick in the world is the Indian rupee. And I think they're starting to talk about leaving the brick also. And then number three, I don't know. I think it's the currency that will not be named, but it's nowhere near. So if we were building an index like the dollar index and we were going to have a brick index, the South African rand would be about 56% of it. The rupee would be about 20 some odd percent, 25% of it, 22%. So right there alone could be as much as 80% of the brick right there. Just like when you look at the dollar index, 56% of it, I think it's 56 or 54%, is the euro. And then the second largest product in the dollar index is the Japanese yen. It's like 20 some odd percent. And then the third is the British pound. See, that would have worked out fine. There's 6 currencies in the dollar index. And so I know we're having a dollar brick conversation here out of nowhere, but that's because we're looking at the number one brick in the world. And that is the South African rand. For you people out there that actually listen to the propaganda or I call it the fake media, they try to tell you that China is number one in the BRICS. China, if you're building an index to trade, China would be out of the 6, it would be number 6 or 5. And Russia would be more than likely, it would be number 4 or 5. Oh, I know. No. China would definitely be number 5 because Brazil would be number 6. And then Russia would be number 4. And so I'm not even sure if we have 6 solid bricks that we can actually put together in an index. Maybe Nigeria? I think Nigeria is talking about being a brick. If they become a brick, then they would be number 3. So it'd go South African rand, Indian rupee, then Nigeria. I think Nigeria would be number 3. And that would be like, probably 10% or something like that. So that would be like 90 some odd percent of the index, and then you only have Russia, China, and Brazil off the top of my head. I'm not sure. We should see if we can get a list of the BRICS. Let me see we get a list of the BRICS. That'd be interesting. List of BRIC. I think it's a C. BRIC nations. Brazil, Russia, China, South Africa, Ethiopia, India, Egypt, and United Arab. Oh, wait a second. That wouldn't be bad. United Arab Emirates, Dubai. That's pretty good. Let's see what else is in there. Algeria, Belarus, Indonesia. Yeah, I'd say number 1 obviously is South Africa. Now, I didn't realize that Indonesia and United Arab Emirates are in there. So that would be, I thought Nigeria was in there. So I would say, without a doubt, it's South Africa first. And then from there, can you see this? Let's get this on the screen. So South Africa would be number 1 easily. But then, these two right here could overtake India. I have to take a look at that. United Arab Emirates probably would be maybe number 3. Indonesia could be number 4. And it'd be a battle between the 4 of them. Where's the rupee? Isn't India? I thought India was in there. Did they pull out too? Oh, there it is right there. So it's going to be the top 4 is going to be South Africa, India, Arab Emirates, and Indonesia. They're the top 4 of the BRICS. And then I guess we wouldn't even put, Brazil wouldn't even make it in there. So, we'd have to take a look. I mean, when it comes to currency, you're looking at and you got to say, you got to wonder, Doc, are you favoring somebody because of something else? Do you don't like a country or what? No, you know what I'm looking at? This is exactly what I'm looking at. The liquidity and volume of everyday trading in a currency. That's what decides the BRICS versus the dollar index. Both, I mean, not verse. That's how they chose the dollar index. So in other words, the number 2 currency in the world is the European Union's euro. So, and then when you look at the volume of go United States, then Europe, then you look at the 3rd most active currency in the world, it's the Japanese yen. And then you go and look at the 4th most active currency in the world, that's the British pound. And then you go and the 5th is a battle between the kroner and the Swiss franc. They're it's Swiss franc and kroner, but I think they're same equal in percentage. And so that's the top 6 active currencies in the world that are traded every day for years. Okay, so I have to go and look up, and I know that I know for a fact that the Chinese currency only trades 2.5% of world markets. Percentage-wise, it's under 3, and I know that the South African rand is much higher. So we have to go look those up, and then we will be able to define a new brick. Because I didn't realize Dubai probably has, if not Dubai, we do have Jakarta, the stock index on our our list of things. So I mean they're active, and their currencies are probably more active. So we'll work on that. I didn't realize those 2 are in there now. So that's pretty good. All right. So we'll drift from that and we'll go look at the metals complex. Because obviously, let me save this. I don't even want to lose this. Let me just, how do I do this? I go like that. I'm just going to take that and park it on the side like that. All right. Now, let's go take a look at gold. Where's gold? I saw it this morning. It's above. It's above the daily buy number last I saw. Yeah, look at that. 2 days of green dots, and there it is right there. You can see this. Let's make this bigger, full screen. It's just going into the buy today, right there. So we're seeing this thing play into the buy. We're still in the weekly buy, and you can see over here on the South African rand. It's rallying against the dollar just a little bit. A little bit. That's good. But I mean, look at it. It's down. It's not taking out any of these highs, so that's good. And it's trying to get into the sell there. That's good too. And we're in the weekly sell, so there's definite strength. Remember, traders, and you do have to remember, because when you're looking at the dollar rand pairs trade, that means that when the rand is going down, it's gaining against the dollar, just like when we see the dollar Swiss. When the Swiss is going down, it's gaining against the dollar. Da-da-da-da. All right. And then from there, we zip over to, see where we're at. Let's go and check out silver. Because I saw silver today also acting extremely strong. And I was like, good. Somebody buy that stuff, will you? Here we go. There's the silver. There we go. Now that's still in the sell. That's interesting. That is still pressing into the sell. Let's see where it is on the full screen there. I think is it plus? I think it's plus by a hair. Let's see. We can do this. We can make it much more clearer. Like that. See that? Look at that. This is why we need to let clients try this thing. Because you have the ability to take a look at it like that. And I imagine it will show us, if we put that, play with that. Oh, I'm just going to keep on shrinking it until the damn thing is clear on a read. It looks like it's getting through the 0 line. Yeah, there it is right there. It's a plus. So it's trying to climb into the buy as we speak. Now, we go over to here. Let's just take a look at it the way it's on the old platform. I know it's much cleaner looking on there right now. And like I said, I trust the beta a heck of a lot nowadays. So I'm not having a problem here. Let's see, right there. Yeah, there you go, right there. There's silver. Yeah, see, it's moving up a little bit higher. 31.55. You see it's through the zero line. It's in a weekly buy. Let's go back over to here. And you can see it's trying to get through. And it is through. It's through the buy. Now, what do we do? Oh, can I do it? I'm just going to right click it. You just go like that and say full screen and boom, it's there. Now, so it's there and there. And it's still a red dot. And let's see where it's trading. Make that a full screen. And you can see, what is that? The hell is that? That's the 10th. That's the 9th. I don't know, some data is missing there. That's probably why it's acting stupid. I bet when they clean this up, that will straighten out. Because it's, where's that trading right now? You can see it's trading at, let's widen this out for you. See that? Yeah, it'll tune right in. So 31.45. Now let's go over to the other one, 31.45. Okay, so you see here 31.56 at the moment. It's a little bit higher. 57 is ticking away. So when I clean that up, remember we're looking at daily and weekly systems, so it's not the worst thing in the world to be a little delayed or behind by a few minutes. But it does tell us. It does tell us. And then let me just show you what we're seeing over here. Oh, no. There it is. Is that right? Which one is up there? Yeah, there it is, right there. So it's a little sloppy here. Something's missing on the 10th. The data is missing. Maybe if I shrink it all down and give it one of those refreshes, it'll straighten it out. Let's see if we can do that. This is a tutorial how to use the new beta. Yeah, it still looks the same. Yeah, it's got that. There's no high or low. Barely. Yeah, there's no high or low. It's all one number. So they haven't put the high or low in. Let me just give this a spin again. It'll straighten out. Oh, what did I say? Let me. October, right? We're in October. Okay. Yeah, it'll straighten out. It will. It will. It will. And then this will be. It'll probably turn. Well, you can see it's now. As we speak on the beta, it is a green dot now. Now that we've been refreshing it. Before it was a red dot, and it's going through the plus side here, right there. Let's just go like this. Grab a hold of it and just pull the hell out of it. So it's clear enough. Yeah, see it's a plus there. Isn't that cool? I think that's cool. I love the beta. The beta is fun. It's very interactive. Heck of a lot better than looking at static pictures. As good as our math is, this is more fun. All right. Now, where do we go from here? Normally, we go over and look at copper. Let's see what the copper's doing. Copper was in a sell today. I'm going to put it up on the beta, and then we'll take a look. It's still in that sell. A lot of red. And over here, same gig right there. Lots of red. Oh, now we're getting a little green and red at the moment as we speak, but still in that sell throughout that whole little slide there. Now, just because we're at the copper, I feel like I should show you China. But I think what we'll do is we'll just run through the energies, and then we'll show you the rest of the world current stock indices. So from there, do we have platinum up on this thing? Platinum. I'm going to have to start writing these names in. Where's the PL? Platinum, 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 platinum. Sooner or later, we're going to have all the names in the center, like right in here. So instead of saying stock, we'll say we'll say Uber or something like that. Let's see if we have platinum down here. There it is. There's platinum. And you can see platinum in both places. There's the platinum there. And it went into the buy yesterday, I thought. Or was it today? Let me just go take a look. I don't do the dailies on it because it's so absurd at this point with the way they treat it. Yeah, so it gave us a volatility signal yesterday here. And over on the beta, it just threw it right into the buy. And you got that green there but the problem is that we were a negative on the histogram, so it didn't get into the buy, but it gave us a warning something was going on, some strength was coming in. You can see here we're in the weekly buys, but by the hair of its chinny chin, just like right here, right in there. I'll show you that right there, and so there's the platinum. And now what we'll do is we will do the rest over on the other platform, so you can see Brent and so forth, and the energy stock from Spain. This way we get a chance to see what's going on. Oh, and there's right there. We'll show you what heating oil is doing today. It's still lifting up, climbing into a buy today, just like on the other platform, and it's on the second week of a buy there. I think on the other platform, it is. Yeah, it's a second week in a buy there too. And then from there we go over to the Texas sweet crude right there. There it comes. And that's doing the same thing. It's jumping into a buy today. And yesterday it had a green dot too, but the histogram wasn't able to get going there yet. And we're a couple weeks in the buy. I think that we just missed 3 weeks. We're just 2 weeks in the buy. And then from there, let me just widen it for the fun of it, just to show you the power of the product itself. Yeah, I think that's a minus. Yep, I saw it as a minus, but I'm going to just respin it again so you can read it even better. Refresh it and then watch it again. Yeah, it was a minus. And so then from there, we shoot over to Brent. Let's see what Brent is up to. Did I write it in now? Is Brent in there? So it must be up higher. Brent is... Where is Brent? Right there. There's Brent. We're going to have to put the name in there so it says Brent. So it's a lot easier. You see it's doing the same thing. 2 days of green dots, but only 1 day today in the histogram. And in this thing here, same situation. It was a minus there. And then we're 2 weeks in the buy here. And then from there, we'll slide over to Espanol, Spain, and take a look at the energy company. I don't know why their energy companies seem to be predominant in some form or another, but they seem to be. It's European Union, so I don't understand exactly what's going on there, but that's where we are, it seems like. And there we go right there. And you can see it's weakening just like nat gas, and we'll show you natural gas too. So we're 2 days in a sell there in the nat gas, and I think we're like 3 or 4 days in the old beta. You see what's going on there? Yeah, I got on the old beta we are 6. This is the 6th day in a sell, but we unfortunately it's in a weekly buy. So let's see what the natural gas is doing here. Whoop. There we go. And so you can see here, same situation. We are 3, 4, 5, 6. So we are 6 days in a sell, just like the old platform. You see it right there. And at the same time, we are in buys. See, we're in buys here. And which is interesting is the stock is the other way around. The stock's been in a sell for a couple of days, but it's catching. What's interesting is it's catching the slide. The weekly is. Again, same story, just differently played. So in this case here, it's showing 4 weeks in a sell since like up in here. And it's been moving down, of course. So it's picking up what's going on with natural gas right there. Matter of fact, it seems like to me, it started about the same, I guess, No, it started later, natural gas. And so it's starting to follow the stock, which is interesting. All right, where are we at now? Let's go check out, we'll check out Tokyo. Let's go see what Tokyo is doing. We've seen the currency still in that daily buy, so it's losing. Now let's go see where the stock indice was last night. There is Tokyo. Tokyo basically up a little bit. We'll just pull it across, not get too nuts, but you can see it's up just a little bit right there. And you can see it's in daily sells, so it's telling us it's weak. You know, we can go pull this over real quick. Don't have to, instead of making it giant, you know. Matter of fact, it looks like it's been in this. You know, I'm going to make it giant solely because it looks like it's been in the sell for 3 days now. Yeah, 3 days. See, no, don't have to draw little lines. You can figure it out yourself. Now, it's been in a weekly buy for 3 weeks. Now, let's take a look at China. And we'll go to the Shanghai right there. And you can see right there, the sugar high. This is after the big holiday. So they announce it here or something like that. It runs up to there. I think it was like they announced it here. So they were front running it for a while. And it's been in the sell now 4 days. Yeah, and it's been pressing down. And that is still showing us yesterday. I know that seems odd, but this is doing the same thing too. It's showing us yesterday. I'm not sure what's up with China. But that is what it did last night in China right there. We'll go like this. So that's last night. That's the 11th. I'm not sure why the indicator's not picking it up. I think it's trying to tell us that they haven't officially closed. Maybe they have an electronic market, and that's doing that. But we'll know maybe later on. But if you had the beta instead of the static pictures, you're able to check on it every so often. All right, and then from there, where do we go from there? Let's take a look at a couple world indices, and we're going to get out of here. Let's go look at the DAX. Where is the DAX? Zetradax. Zetradax. All right, we missed that one, didn't we? It's around here somewhere. I think it's just above these guys. There it is right there. And there's the DAX. DAX is holding some firmness. It's in a buy for a bunch of days, 5 days now, something like that. But it actually is just the last 3 days. And you can see it here. See that's showing you the 10th. Not sure why that's not filling in, but we'll find out. So that's obviously still the 10th. And that is the 11th. So we're seeing the price, but not seeing the algorithm fill in. Sometimes it does that. I think it's got something to do with the electronic market. And then let's take a look at the FTSE. Right there. There's the FTSE. You see that's doing that same thing. It's been in a sell for all this stuff. And it's just trying to climb into the buy. There's the 11th. Let's see what that is. That's the 10th also. No, yep, that's the 10th also. So it's not giving us the algorithm for where it's at. And it's looking like the weekly. Let's make the weekly just big. Because it looks like it's trying to. It is in the minus yesterday. See that? It's in the minus. So but then you can see how choppy this thing goes into a buy for like 4 weeks, then stalls out 3 weeks down, then it goes into a buy for 2 weeks. You know, so it's really a tight market doing tight things. All right, we're out of here. We will catch you all Monday, same time, same channel, because today is TGIF. Thank goodness that it's Friday. Party. And we'll see you on Monday. TGIM. Thank goodness it's Monday. All right, this is Doc saying, everybody have a safe and smart weekend. So, happy trails to you until we meet again, which will be Monday. Happy trails to you, to all our trading friends. Later, traders. See you on Monday. And we'll put a title out there. Ta-ta for now.